Perfect. Perfect.
Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a makeup tutorial on this look right here. I honestly didn't know what I was going to film today. I just wanted to sit down and play with some new makeup that I've recently picked up in. This is what I came up with. It's kind of giving me spooky season vibes, kind of smoky eye, just very seasonally appropriate vibes, and I think it's perfect for fall, perfect for Halloween, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So if you want to see how I did this makeup look, just keep watching. Alright, we're going to start off with foundation. Today I'm going to be using the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer. This is something I actually haven't used yet. I just got this yesterday. I had a free coupon at Ulta to get this, and I've actually been wanting to try this foundation. I just don't buy high-end foundations just because of the price, but I had a diamond coupon and I got this for free, so I picked this up and I'm really excited to try it today. It is in the color Buttermilk. So yeah, we'll see how it matches. I tried to match it to a foundation I've been recently wearing, so we'll see if I did okay or not. I'm gonna just go ahead and directly apply it to my face. Obviously, it has a little doe foot applicator, and then I just have a damp beauty sponge, and we're gonna blend it out. I decided to do my foundation first, just in case I don't like the foundation at all. I can just take it off, but I have a feeling I'll probably at least like it somewhat. First impression, coverage is pretty good for going on with a damp sponge. I know sometimes damp beauty blenders shear out foundations because it picks up excess product, but I've had horrible texture and acne, hormonal acne down here, and it covered it pretty well. And the color is not too bad. It's a little bit warm. I don't know if it's showing up on camera. It's a little bit warm, but so far so good. So let's do the rest of the face. All right, so that is the first layer. I know for sure one thing that I do like about this is the applicator. It's not ideal for like makeup artists to have in your kit because you're gonna have to put it on something before applying on your client. You couldn't just dip in and put it directly on the face because that's unsanitary. But for personal use, I love the doe foot applicator because I always have a hard time getting foundation on my nose. I always forget. I could go in with a brush and put it directly there, but to fill in my pores, it's really nice to actually just put it directly on there, and that way I know I get something there for coverage. I am going to go in and add a little bit more coverage. It's actually a pretty nice coverage. How many times can I say that? But I thought I would just add a little bit more just to see how it layers. And like I said, the color is a little off. It's a little warm for me. Their shades were really different. I was trying to match, and I'm usually more cool toned, and I swatched the cool toned shades and I thought they looked kind of gray, and so I didn't want to go with that. I think this is supposed to be neutral, this one is, but it still pulls a little bit more yellowy warm tone, but still better than gray. All right, this is what it looks like. As of right now, I do like it. I actually like the finish. It covers a lot, in my opinion at least. I think it looks really nice on the skin. We'll see how it wears. I am going to go to the gym later, so I guess I'll kind of see a nice little sweat test. On my nose it looks pretty good, which like I said might have to do with the applicator, but I always have a problem with foundation on my nose, and this looks okay. All right, so I'm gonna move on to concealer. I'm gonna use the e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer. I've talked about this on my channel before. I've really been loving it again recently. It's so good, so affordable. I love the coverage. This is the shade Fair Warm. I think it's one of the lightest shades because I'm crazy and I like super bright under eyes. I don't obviously use this to conceal anywhere else. I just use it to brighten up my under eyes. So I'm gonna put it on here. I don't need a ton. I'm not going to spread it all the way out because it'll just blend out nicely with my finger, and I think I'll go ahead and put some on my eyelids to prep for eyeshadow. I've also recently been blending out my concealer with my finger. I just think it looks really nice, and it doesn't remove a lot of excess product like a sponge does. And I haven't found a brush that I like for under eye concealer because I feel like a brush also just kind of moves it around. So my finger kind of warms it up and just spreads it nicely, and I like the coverage it gives me. It also gives me a chance to pat in the foundation on my nose, since I do have bad pores on the side. And then just to blend around the edges, I am going to take the sponge and kind of pat it in. To set my face today, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Translucent Loose Powder. I've been testing this out for the last couple weeks and I love it. The consistency of this powder is different than all of my other powders that I have. It's very, very fine and I love that about it. I also don't think it's super drying, so if you're looking for specifically a matte powder, this might work, but I don't think it claims to be matte. It's just a setting powder, and that's something I do love because I put it underneath my eyes and I don't want anything too drying underneath there. But I just think it makes the skin look so nice and I've really been loving it. So let's see how it looks with this foundation in particular, but I have a feeling I'm still going to love it because it's been working really well with all of my other foundations. Oh, it just looks so pretty and it gives you like the smoothest canvas. I like to pat it on because this foundation doesn't seem super matte. I don't know, it's not dewy either, but it didn't dry down super matte, so I don't want it to move all over the place. So I pat in the powder first and then brush it around. You guys, when I say this looks so good, this powder looks beautiful with this foundation. So this is what we have for the base so far, and now I'm going to move on to contour. Today I'm using my butter bronzer in the shade Deep Bronze. I have hit pan. I'm going to run out of this pretty soon, but it's one of my favorite bronzers to contour with. It's so soft, so smooth, it blends really easily. I just think it's a super versatile product. I use it for eyeshadow sometimes. It just is really easy to work with. I'm just putting this on my normal flat top blending brush. I'm gonna go in. This side of my face never seems to pick up pigment as well as the other, so I always have to go in twice. Like, look how smooth that looks. This bronzer is so easy to work with. I'm also gonna take a small fluffy brush and contour my nose. Very slightly. And then I'm going to go ahead and blend out the rest of the contour, but first I'm going to blend out my nose. I'm going to use a fluffy brush, the one that I kind of applied powder with. That way I don't move any foundation on my nose because I have a hard time foundation sticking to that area of my face. And then I'm just going to take a clean flat top brush and go over every spot that I added bronzer. You guys, I'm loving the finish of this foundation. I hope it wears well because it looks super pretty on the skin. I'm then gonna go in and add a little bit more of a luminous bronzer. This is the Too Faced Sweetheart Bronzer Baked Luminous Glow in the shade Sweet Tea. It's one of my favorite luminous bronzers. And I'm putting this on a Sonia Kashuk brush and just kind of putting it everywhere your face would kind of bronze if you were out in the sun. As for blush, I usually kind of like to coordinate my blush with my eyeshadow, and I'm not sure what I'm going to use today. So I think we're just going to go in with like a basic pink. That way it kind of vibes with everything. So for blush, I'm going to go in with the Milani powder blush in the shade Tea Rose. It's just a matte, kind of rosy pink. I don't know. It looks kind of light on camera as I'm looking at the viewfinder, but it's a little bit more rosy than baby pink. And I'm just putting this on a flat top brush. This is from Wet n Wild, and I'm going to kind of stamp it where I want a little bit of color. I actually really like how that looks on top of that bronzer. For highlight today, I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild highlighter in Precious Petals. I've been liking this shade recently also since I'm a little bit more tan. I think it looks really nice on the skin. And just because I can't help myself, I'm going to top that highlighter just on the high points of my cheeks with the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighter in the shade Crystal High. It is from their Crystals collection. It is so bright and blinding, but it's a little bit silvery for like tan skin. Like it looks a little bit gray, so I just add just the slightest bit at the high points just to add that wet look. Before we move on to eyes, I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows. Today I am using the brow pencil from ColourPop. This is in the shade Soft Black. I'm just going to brush my brows first to kind of shape them the way that I want. And then I'm just going to line the under part of my brow to add a little bit of structure before going in with a gel. I'm then going to take ColourPop's Brow Gel in Soft Black as well and just kind of fill in the rest of my brow to give it a little bit more fluff. That actually looks pretty good, but I think I'm going to go in with the brow pencil and add just a slight more structure to the tail of my brow, and then we'll add a clear brow gel. And then for clear brow gel, I'm going to go in with the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. I do have the ColourPop Clear Brow Gel. It is not my favorite. It's not a brow gel at all, especially for the price, but the Benefit one is just like glue for your eyebrows. It just like makes them look so fresh and they don't move. So if you're looking for a cheaper but still nice brow gel, you could get the ColourPop one, but I always recommend the Benefit one for something that gives you a lot of structure. So I'm just taking this brow gel. I also really like the brush on the Benefit one better than any other brow gel I've used. But I'm taking this and just brushing the hairs exactly in the direction that I want them to go. Brow gel could give you like a really wispy look, or you could use it and get a really sharp look. I'm going for kind of the in-between. I've done the really wispy and bushy, and I've done the really sharp and clean, and now I kind of like an in-between look. I don't know what I want to do on the eyes yet, but I do know I want to use some glitter. I love these Stila Glitter and Glow liquid eyeshadows, and almost every holiday they come out with like mini sets, and I think it's such a good value because you don't use glitter every day. Like you could, but I don't, so this is such a good value for me. And of course they have my two favorite shades in a little set this year, and it's Kitten Karma and Diamond Dust, so I picked those up. And then I'm also going to go ahead and use the Morphe X Jeffree Star palette again because I'm not over this palette, you guys. It is so good. I really do recommend this one if you want a Morphe palette. This is probably my fave that I've ever used. Since we did a warm look in my last tutorial, I think I'm going to go something with a little bit more cool tone, so I'm probably going to use Diamond Dust. Kitten Karma has a little bit of like a rose gold tint. The glitter in it is still silver, so I could still use it, but I think I'm going to aim for the silver, like straight silver shade. I already prepped my eyes as you saw at the beginning, so we're going to go straight into the eyeshadow, and I'm going to go in with 1985. Oh, you can't see it, which is this very light shade. I'm just going to put it all over the crease, basically. I forgot to tell you I'm using my E27 from Morphe, my favorite blending brush. Just applying this shade all over. I'm focusing on the crease, but I'm taking it up towards the brow and onto the lid some. It's a light enough shade that it works perfectly for a base. I think I might try to go for a smoky eye today. I actually haven't used the gray in this palette, which is called Vroom Vroom, and I actually haven't used the black either, which is Fast Lane. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and dip in those today. I hope it works out because I don't usually use straight grays and blacks just because I feel like they can get muddy real quick. But I'm gonna go in with Vroom Vroom, which is the matte gray, and I'm going to take this natural haired blending brush from a Morphe set that I use in all my videos. I usually have it linked down below, and we're going to take Vroom Vroom, like I said, matte gray, and we're going to put it directly in the crease. I'm doing super light hand because I do not want to have to take this off if it doesn't come out well. I have used the Custom Rims shade, which is the metallic silver in this palette, and it is so beautiful. You don't even need to use like setting spray to make it look super pigmented. It's such a nice silver. So we might use that today as well. Because I don't want it to pull too gray, I'm gonna dip in the shade Mr. Diva, which is right underneath a 1985. It's just like a warm crease shade, and I'm just going to lightly dust that on the edges of Vroom Vroom. So far so good. So now we are going to jump into a fast lane, which is the matte black. I'm going to just put this on the outer part of my lid and slightly up into the crease just to create a nice gradient. I don't want to do an all over smoky eye and it get too heavy. I'm going to take that shade on a really small packing brush. It's very, very small, and we're just going to tap it on the lid to start with, because I think this is really pigmented. Oh yeah. And I tried to tap off as much excess as possible, but... Alright, before getting too far up in the lid, I am going to take my E27 and blend out the edge of that. This black is super pigmented. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm gonna go ahead and connect it underneath my lash line here. This shade is super pigmented, which is nice. It's not patchy when I blend it out. It's not like getting patchy or anything, which is also nice because I have a problem with that when there's super pigmented matte shades. Sometimes when I blend them, they'll start to get patchy, and this black doesn't seem to be getting patchy at all. I'm not really adding any extra eyeshadow to this brush. I'm just using what's on there and kind of blending it towards the middle. I'm then going to take that natural hair blending brush and dip into Vroom Vroom again, which is the matte gray, and I'm going to start buffing the edges of this. Yeah, that looks a lot better. I'm then going to take that same brush and same shade and kind of buff out my bottom lash line. Right, now that we have the black and gray laid down, I kind of feel like putting a color on the lid and then adding the silver glitter from Stila on top. I just don't know what shade to do. I could do this drive-through shade, which is like an olive shimmer green. Let me look in my other eyeshadow palettes first. So I went ahead and pulled out my Dose of Colors Desi X Katie collab. This is their first one. It's just the quad eyeshadow, and I think I'm gonna go in with Turbo Son, which is like a blackish blue shimmer shade. I think it will look really beautiful all over the eye. So I'm actually just gonna go in with my finger, I think, first and start packing this on. This is like the perfect smoky shade to blend in all these grays. It matches like perfectly. I'm actually gonna drag this over the black as well. I just think it looks really nice all over the lid. It still has some dimension from the black being in the outer corner. Before moving on, I'm gonna jump back in with Mr. Diva, and I'm just gonna buff out all the edges on the upper lid and on the lower lash line just to smoke it out even more, but add just a slight warmth to it. And then before adding the glitter, I'm gonna go back in with Fast Lane, which is the matte black, and I'm putting this on an angled like eyeliner type brush, and I'm just going to put it on my bottom lash line. That eyeshadow is so pigmented. That looks crazy. Okay, we're obviously gonna have to go back and buff that out because that's too much. I'm gonna go in with a pencil brush and add Mr. Diva to try to buff that out some. All right, now we're gonna add glitter. Although I really don't think this look needs glitter, I just want to add it for fun. So I'm gonna take the Stila Glitter and Glow shade Diamond Dust. Maybe. I think I just broke it. I think mine's broken. Wonderful. So I gotta take that back. So NYX the glitter, I'm really upset. The little end of it is stuck on the inside. So they had one other in store as of yesterday. So I guess I'll be returning that. Let's check this other one. Well, the doe foot on the Kitten Karma came out, but I'm gonna return that because that's really frustrating. Well, I wanna add a little bit of a silver to brighten it up just a tad. So I guess I am gonna jump into Custom Rims, which is this really bright silvery shade. And honestly, it is very pigmented, so I don't need a lot. And I don't wanna apply it with my finger because I don't want it to be too pigmented either. So I'm gonna go in with this packing brush from Morphe that's natural haired, just slightly dip it in this shade. And I think I'm gonna put it directly in the center. Yeah, it's so pretty. You can see that on the lid. That looks so good on the lid. It looks so nice. Before I set my face and add lashes, I'm going to put an inner corner highlight. So I'm gonna jump into the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighter, my all-time favorite, put it on my pinky, and I'm going to just stamp it there with a look like this. It's gonna look really bright. And then I'm just gonna take that natural hair blending brush from Morphe from the Rose Gold set with no product on it and just slightly blend that upwards so it's not just a harsh line. And then before I put on lashes, I'm gonna go ahead and set my face. I'm using my all-time favorite, which is the Urban Decay All Nighter. And we're just gonna spray that all over. Also been liking the Makeup Revolution Sport Fix Extra Hold Makeup Setting Spray. I can't really say it's a dupe with the Urban Decay because I haven't tested them like directly, like do my makeup the same way and use them like on separate days and do the exact same things. But I do like this for a very cheap, affordable setting spray. I think it works well, and I wear it on days when I'm just gonna be around the house or just running like very few errands. I will use this. For lashes today, I'm really excited because I'm gonna be using something new. Today, I'm going to be wearing the new ColourPop Faux Mink lashes. These are 100% cruelty free, retail for $8, and they are just stunning. I ordered all three styles, but today I'm gonna be wearing the style Mommy. I haven't tried the other two styles, but I did wear these yesterday, and they are so comfortable, very lightweight. I think they are a nice, dramatic, but easy to wear lash. As you guys know, I wear the Bold Face Lashes Thrill Seeker all the time, and these are a lot. Like, they're very dramatic, exactly what I want in a pair of lashes, but it is a lot for some people. I feel like this is the perfect dramatic lash for everybody. I feel like a lot of people could pull this style off. I also thought they were very comfortable, and I didn't have to trim them, which I love. I hate having to trim my lashes, so at least for the Mommy style from ColourPop, I didn't have to trim them. I do really like them. They add a nice volume. And yeah, I guess I'll just show you here on camera. First, I'm going to apply my mascara. I'm using the Benefit Roller Lash mascara just to add a coat. And then for lash glue, I use the Duo Lash Glue Brush On Adhesive, which is the clear one. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop these lashes on off camera, and then I'll be back to show you. And this is what the lashes look like on. I went ahead and put some mascara on my bottom lash line, but you guys, from someone that wears lashes all the time, I give these a 10 out of 10. The style, the comfort, the price, the packaging, everything is so good. They are so easy to apply. I really, really recommend them. If you're looking for something that is affordable but feels very luxurious, definitely check out ColourPop's new lashes. Like I said, I'm wearing the style Mommy. For lips today, I'm actually gonna try something new as well. I have some other ColourPop Luxe lipsticks, but I just got in the shade Scorpio Moon, and it's kind of like a cool tone mauve shade. I don't know, it's really pretty, and I think it'll be perfect for this smoky eye. So I'm gonna line my lips and then apply this. For lip liner, I'm gonna be using my NYX pencil in the shade Nude Beige. I'm gonna go in and apply Scorpio Moon. So I don't really like this. I thought I was gonna love this shade. I love it on Kathleen. I think it looks so beautiful. And I don't think it looks bad. You guys can let me know what you think down below, but I feel like it's just pulling more purple than I want it to. I really don't want a purple lipstick with this look. I thought I would go cool tone just because I did some smoky eye goodness, but I think I'm gonna add a little bit more of like a neutral nude. I might take this off. 1 second. All right, so I wiped off the majority of it with my hand because, you know, that was smart. But I'm just going to apply a liquid lipstick over this, so I'm not that worried about it. It looks okay. Actually, after I wiped some of it off and it's a little bit more muted, I do like the shade, but I think I just want something a little bit more warm tone, a little bit more nude. I will have to play with this color a little bit more. So I'm gonna go in with the Melted Matte from Too Faced. This is the shade Hot Buttered Rum, and it's just a nice brown warm tone shade. It kind of matches the Mr. Diva shade that I used to blend out all the edges of my eyeshadow. And this is the shade Buttered Rum. Like I said, it's pulling a little bit more cool tone due to the pencil and then just having Scorpio Moon slightly underneath it, but I think it looks so much better with this eye look. And this is the final look. I kind of love how it turned out. I did not know how this was going to go or what direction I was going to take, but I really like it. So hopefully you guys like it as well. If you did, please give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!